So, BoTube! Oh, my hair looks like crap right now. I'm like, it's like 11:40 something right now, and it was like uberly storming, raining earlier, and it's lighting up a little bit, but it's still raining. But anyway, back to Hostile Takeover, because I'm trying to get as much information into the second video, so maybe, hopefully, I won't have a third, but that's mostly unlikely. And if you're wondering why in this video and my previous video, or any video I'm doing at the moment, seems slightly quieter than normal, it's because, again, it's like 11:40, I think 49, 11:50 at night. It's literally almost midnight here, and right now I'm in my room, and I share a wall with someone, so the fact that it's almost midnight here is already late, and I don't want to be loud, but I'm sharing a wall over there, and my phone just went off. I'm sorry, I am so sorry. What is this nonsense? I don't care, guys. Stop tagging me. Delete! Okay. Anyway, pretty much, like I said in the previous video, they have this cool place to train, and basically, they're using a certain amount of Krypton. They're using a certain amount of, a certain amount of kryptonite in the room to the point where Kara could actually fight her human stepsister Alex. I don't know why I added the stepsister. It's like pointing that out. She's a stepsister. But anyway, it's like to the point where Kara could fight normal, like she's human, which is pretty cool in my opinion. But it could also, if you notice, it could make a pretty good jail. If you're gonna have a room like that, I'd say get Astra and all the Kryptonians besides, you know, Supergirl and Superman, and stick them all in that room and just heighten that freaking kryptonite power, so they can't move at all. But anyway, you know, Kara starts getting more confident when she's fighting with her, when it comes to her abilities. But the problem is she becomes more unfocused because her anger is starting to seriously consume her, because she's really like mad at something or someone, and at the moment, like, Kara actually gets the best of Alex during the whole fight, but when she's about to do the delivering blow, she doesn't do it. When the moment she looks at her sister's face, she like stops, and Alex pretty much knocks her out, and Alex is like, she's hella chiding her for hesitating. She's like, Kara, you can't hesitate like that. You gotta go in for the kill. Basically, Alex is telling Kara that the DEO should handle the Kryptonian threat from Astra, because in the end, Kara, she's gonna pretty much do what she did with Alex. She's going to hesitate because Alex is her family and Astra is her family too. And like, Alex asked whether she could actually ask Kara, you know, can you actually kill if it's necessary? And Kara's like, Superman doesn't kill. But like, Alex is pretty much telling her, yeah, well, Astra's different. You know, that whole thing about her hesitating when doing that finishing blow with Alex, it's not going to work for Kara. It's not, what do you mean, Kara? It's not going to work for Astra. She's pretty much telling Kara, you know, you hesitated doing the finishing blow with me. That's not going to work if you do the same thing with Astra. You hesitate with Astra, she's just going to stop you and kill you, right? And I don't blame Alex. Like, we don't know what Astra's really up to. I'm kind of questioning her evilness, but at the same time, I'm not really saying she's good either. Like, her idealism could be, she thinks it's for the good of the cause and all that stuff, but she's probably doing it the wrong way and hurting people in the process. So I kind of don't blame Alex for telling Kara not to hesitate with Astra. I really don't. But anyway, I love this flashback that they show pretty much afterwards, where little Kara, I'm gonna call her little Kara, she actually has this adorable moment with her Aunt Astra, and pretty much Astra goes to meet Kara and tells her niece, you know, Krypton is dying, that the core is unstable, and she pretty much tells little Kara, you know, I'm trying to save Krypton. The core is not stable. It's gonna die. And so basically, she pretty much tells Kara, in order to save Krypton from dying and, you know, the core being unstable, and I'm trying to save it, she has to do some bad things to do it. And, because of that, Astra tells Kara, you know, I've done some bad things to try to save the planet, and because of that, little Kara, I have to leave. But she didn't want to leave without saying goodbye to her, because, you know, they were really close, and during that amazingly beautiful aunt and niece moment, it's unfortunately, like, interrupted by Astra's twin sister, aka Kara's mother, Allura, who pretty much tells Kara to leave, and she wants to speak to her twin sister alone. And we all know this is not going to end well, because obviously Astra is kind of bitter about Allura. But anyway, like, how much shit do I want? 1, 2, 3... Oh, 4 paragraphs. Lovely. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Pretty much back in it comes back to present day, and Kat is relieved that there's no other evidence of anything to, like, slander her, right? After Kara and James inform her, you know, there's no evidence left, but at the meeting, the board meeting, the members ask her to take a step back and put herself in distance away from the company. And, of course, that's a shocker, you know, it's her company. She worked really hard to get where she is, and for the board members to tell her to stay away from her company is kind of like, you're taking me away from my baby, you know what I mean? But anyway, pretty much after the meeting, Kat tells Kara to keep looking, because Kat is kind of suspicious about what happened at the board meeting, especially when, the members tell her to distance herself from the company, and Kat's all suspicious, like, why would they tell me to do that? Do they have more things that could really, you know, make me look bad? Did they find something that Kara and Jimmy didn't find? So basically, after the meeting, Kat tells Kara to keep looking for any more leaks, because she suspects maybe a board member could be the reason why Kat's reputation's getting damaged so badly. And I don't blame her. I'd be suspicious too. I mean, who else, in my opinion, who else would get all the juicy details and leak them out to the world unless you're from the inside? I'm just saying. But anyway, Kara, this is interesting. Kara, I don't know if it was intentional or unintentional, but she uses her super hearing and basically actually hears one of the board members, I believe his name is Dirk, or I believe it's Dirk because I made fun of it, but I like his last name, it's Armstrong. But anyway, Dirk Armstrong, she basically hears Armstrong admitting to having set Kat up the whole time. So basically he's admitting, like from far away, he's admitting to like someone or people that he is the one who leaked out all that bad mojo on Kat to the press. So Kara then asks Jimmy to Kara pretty much asks Jimmy to enlist, and why can't I say the word enlist? This is horrible. Basically, she asked Jimmy to ask Lucy for help, which is interesting because, you know, she's jealous of Lucy. But anyway, she wants Lucy's help in tracking a paper trail to help clear Kat's name, which is pretty cool, you know, considering Lucy's background. Just saying. But anyway, Lucy basically tells Jimmy and Kara, you know, their hunch could be right. Armstrong could potentially face criminal charges for hacking into the system and putting all that information out there, right? So basically, the three look at the TV set and see, all of a sudden, when they're discussing all that, they look up at the TV, because you all know Catco has like a shitload of TVs everywhere. But anyway, they see the TV just to see Astra hovering there, asking for Supergirl. And, you know, Kara arrives as Supergirl and pretty much confronts her, which pretty much leads to, like, this crazy-ass battle. And, it pretty much results in Supergirl preventing a bunch of debris from the battle, from killing innocent bystanders nearby, because we all know when there's a superhero fight, for some oddball reason, there's this random bystander who apparently had no sense to run away from everything. But anyway, during all that, she ends up getting bested by Astra. And this is the interesting part. Astra could have easily did the finishing blow, because she bested Supergirl, because she was distracted by protecting innocent bystanders. But instead, she stands over Kara and pretty much monologues to her. Which is funny. It's like in every typical thing where the enemy could have just easily killed the hero. But no, they have to stop and make themselves vulnerable to the hero because they just stop attacking and they're monologuing. I mean, she did the same thing. She stopped, and not only that, she made herself so vulnerable because she's standing over Supergirl, and then she's monologuing, pretty much telling her, you know, your mom, my twin sister, Alora, she was weak and a liar. But, like, anyway, I'm sorry about that rant, but that is irritating as hell to me. Kara pretty much says her mother's only weakness was letting Astra live, and pretty much resumes the battle. And, again, just like with Alex, she stops fighting Astra because she notices Astra in tears, and then I'm not sure who I'm not sure who falls unconscious. I think it was Astra, but she definitely noticed Astra in tears. I remember that part. But anyway, Kara takes Astra back to the DEO. So I remember Kara takes Astra back to the DEO. So obviously, I believe Astra is the one that had tears in her eyes and then falls unconscious, from what I remember. But anyway, she takes her back to the DEO, where Alex says that they'll call her when Astra wakes up, but Kara's like, no, I don't want to deal with her. And I don't really blame her, because Astra's pretty much saying to Kara, your mom's a liar and a weakling. I mean, if that was my aunt telling me that my mom was weak and a liar, I'd be like, bitch, please. I'm just saying, because that's not gonna happen with me. But anyway, speaking of it, Wynn actually found a way to hack into that Armstrong dude's servers. So he basically creates this little device to do it, and Jimmy volunteers to plant the little bug in Armstrong's office computer, which I think is like kind of risky. But then again, basically, they use this diversion where Kara and Jimmy barely succeed in that, because Armstrong returns to the office before Jimmy could actually escape. Jimmy does plant the bug, right? But Jimmy was unable to escape the office because Armstrong, his name is Dirk Armstrong, but anyway, comes in the room, sees Jimmy on the desk, and Jimmy has to find a way to, like, you know, fix this. He's like, oh shit, I've been caught in the office, right? And I give props to Jimmy for being quite a quick thinker, because in all honesty, if I was caught in the office after trying to plant a bug on his computer, I'll be like... Anyway, he pretty much gives a little white lie to Armstrong. He's like, you know, if anything happens to Kat, I got you. I'm on your side. And I call that total dope on Jimmy Olsen, because, like I said, if it was me, I'd probably be like, blah, 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 I don't know why I'm here. You know what I mean? But anyway, that was like total badass, and I give props to Wynn for making that little bug that actually managed to work. But anyway, back to the whole DEO with Astra. I'm slightly running out of time. I'll go as fast as I can right now, but back at DEO, Kara does talk to Astra, and Astra manages to produce a communicator that I didn't mention this in the flashback. It's the same communicator that we see in the flashback that both Astra and Kara both used on Krypton, that only they had. Astra had one and Kara had one. And basically she wants to tell Kara the truth, and the fact that she kept the communicator to remind herself what she's really fighting for. So basically Astra just wants to tell Kara the truth, and she kept the communicator as a sentimental value to remind her what she's fighting for, and basically she's fighting for Kara, from what I'm understanding, because the communicator was only shared by her and Kara. That's what I'm thinking. And I am running out of time again, which I hate, because I have like 2.5 paragraphs worth of shit. So, oh my god, I will see you guys in the next video, and hopefully I could cram 2.5 paragraphs into one video. I'm praying for this right now. Bye, Boo2.